Hello and welcome everyone to this Warcraft replay. This is going to be the second game of a best of 3 series. Wow, best of 3? I've been casting too much of those. This is going to be a best of 5 series because it's semi-finals. Between IAM's WFZ spawning in as the blue undead player in the top left, and Rising Star's Though spawning in as the purple undead player in the bottom right. It is going to be a cross-spawn on the map Turtle Rock. We've seen a lot of Turtle Rock recently, especially this past half month, I guess. Mainly because we have been watching a lot of 2v2s. A lot means 2, 3, by the way. Anyway, Tho's going to be off racing. He seems to be doing that a lot, especially in this particular tournament. And hell, who could blame him? He's 4-0. And he's won game 1. But he was, of course, maining that time. WFZ, what is he going to go for, I wonder? I mean, his army composition, his build order wasn't terrible, by no means least. It was just, I think, that he just couldn't get his heroes rolling early on, so that was rather unfortunate. Gonna go for that Death Knight as well as the Graveyard after the Tomb of Relics, so this is once again gonna be 3 ghouls into Cryptfiend production. Meanwhile, Tho's gonna be a little different. He's gonna go for a Lich first. That is going to be a lot of burst early on, trying to get that Lich rolling as quickly as possible and hopefully get either a level 4 or level 5 Lich by the time tier 3 hits. But that is of course just a hope. It may never happen like that. But the Acolyte, I would assume, will be able to spot which hero Tho is going to go for. WFZ might even actually lose his Acolyte if Tho plays this correctly. Nope, yeah, he got it. There it is. 25 experience and the Lich has been spotted. Rod Necromancy from both undead heroes. However, I think Tho is going to be the one at the advantage here because he will use this corpse. Nope, actually there's going to be 2 corpses for WFZ, so maybe he might use it, but nope, apparently not. And the problem is, versing undead, is that the Death Knight cannot kill units with Death Coil. As you can see right there, Death Knight does not have Unholy Aura. He actually has Death Coil, as we kind of saw his animation being cancelled as he tried to steal one of the hatchlings. Nerubian Tower has been completed to try and fend off against these skeletal minions, but I don't think the Nerubian Tower is enough. I think we need at least 1 Spirit Tower for Tho to be able to fend off against those skeletons. However, I think you need Graveyard in order to make those Spirit Towers. Okay, a little bit of a skirmish right here. Oh, hatching is going to be stolen with a Death Coil, but that is pretty much going to be it. It was a full mana Death Coil for 20 experience and some gold. Plus 6 agility in form of, I guess, 2 slips of agility for the Lich. I would imagine him selling both of those. He does have Dark Ritual for his second ability. So even though he is versing a Death Knight, which is a melee hero, not, I guess, not urgent enough to go for that Frost Armor. Instead he's gonna go for the super aggressive Dark Ritual Frost Nova hero ability combination. Halls of the Dead has started finally, but WFZ is nearly done with that. Not only that, but he is gonna get Cryptfiends. Cryptfiends, I guess, theoretically should do well against ghouls, but since we have a fair amount of ghouls for Tho already, this might be a different story for him. And again, a +3 agility slip is for Tho's Lich. He's just not picking any other item besides that.
A player's forces are under attack.
Alright, skeletons trying to harass, I guess. However, they were not attacking the acolytes, instead they were attacking the Halls of the Dead. Oh, there's the Lich. I was wondering where he was. Thankfully, WFZ has no form of stun, so the Lich is able to run away to a safer location, I guess. He's not currently in the clear just quite yet, but it is definitely safer than the opponent's main base. Cloak of Shadows is going to be the first different item being picked up for the Lich, so thank God for that. Death Coil healing up WFZ's Crypt Fiends, and ooh, though needs to be careful. Hell, he might even go for a Dark Ritual denial right there if needed. There we go, the Frost Nova able to slow and deal quite a bit of damage to those Crypt Fiends, but a long distance Death Coil to try and fix that up. The DK is trying to path that Lich, however the Lich does have himself boosted speed as well as TP staff, so it is rather hard to maneuver against him. Slips of Agility as well as boosted speed has been sold. Nothing is going to be picked up so far. Halls of the Dead is nearly completed and the Crypt Fiend production for Tho has started. We already have a very early sacrificial pit for WFZ, and Black Citadel is halfway completed. So right now I think the Lich was mainly to counter the fact that his opponent is undead. WFZ, as you can see, is struggling to try and kill his opponent's units because they are undead, because Death Coil just does not affect them damage-wise. It obviously doesn't affect them heal-wise because you can't heal your opponent's stuff, but I guess you know what I mean. +2 Ring of Protection is going to be the item from this Ogre Warrior camp. Probably not the best, but it's pretty much the same amount of gold being sold anyway, so. Level 3 for the Lich, long distance creeping in the bottom of the map. Meanwhile, Lich trying to make something happen with, I guess, something. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Ghoul is able to run away as Death Coil can't really execute him. And though, oh, he's already halfway to tier 3. Wow, as soon as I take my eyes off that, he is already halfway to level 3. Tier 3. WFZ has his Lich as well as the Orb of Corruption. However, is that Lich better than this Lich? Probably not. I mean, as soon as Tho's own Lich gets that level or Orb of Corruption, it will be hopefully a better time trying to snipe these Crypt Fiends out.
A player's forces are under attack.
What I'm wondering is, what is Tho's second hero gonna be? That is the question. Obsidian statues coming out for both WFZ and Tho. I believe Tho got himself a slaughterhouse before WFZ and actually started utilizing that earlier on as well. Close attack +6, the ideal item for the Lich currently, so as soon as he adds in that Orb of Corruption, he will be on the clear, because he is going to be the Lich that you don't generally want to fight against. But for now, TB Scroll is going to be used just for safety's sake, just getting out of there. Orb of Corruption and Rod Necromancy is going to be picked up, though not enough for a replacement on that TB Scroll. Gargantuan Sea Turtle Camp is going to be cleared out by WFZ. A Scroll of the Beast will be the item being picked up by the Turtle. And yeah, let's look at the upgrades. We're currently 0-0, which is not a great sign, but Tho is also 0-0. We even have a Shade just sticking to Tho's main army, but if we get a rather random Frost Nova to pick it out, that would be hilarious. We're at tier 3. I think that WFZ is lingering around what the third hero could be. We have Tho going for that level, that second Death Knight, and level 3 on the DK for WFZ, but he's going to TP out of there. We even have a Dark Ranger being hired for Tho as well. Tho also got himself his own shade, so he was able to take down the shade attached to from WFZ. So far, Tho is of course playing very strong.
A player's forces are under attack.
And of course, I thought WFZ looked very strong in Game 1. However, the fact of the matter is that Tho hadn't expand. That might have been the determining factor between victory and death, maybe. And interestingly enough, WFZ is going to go for Frost Armor on his Lich for his second ability. Interesting. Django of Endurance is going to be the aura item being picked up from the top right. So that's going to be increased movement speed as well as attack speed for his nearby units. Level 3 on the Lich for WFZ and halfway to level 4 for the DK. Dark Ranger and Death Knight is at level 2 and the Lich is at level 4. There we go, the very heavy hitting Frost Nova on that Death Knight, but the Greater Mana Potion, Greater Healing Potion will be used to try and heal him back to full health. We have WFZ's Destroyers going after these Crypt Fiends, but the Death Coil will be able to heal them back. Unfortunately, Frost Nova was able to finish the job. Oh, it looks like WFZ picking up another Crypt Fiend for himself. And, oh, Death Knight has not actually fallen. So, needs to consider right there. Oh, can't actually go for that Death Coil to finish the job. But, oh wow, why is the Dark Ranger not going after the Death Knight, I wonder? Wow, that might have been a huge mistake. However, it looks like WFZ's Lich is being the one focus, I don't know. We might even have an Invulnerability Potion being purchased. No, we're gonna have a TP Scroll being used and getting out of there at the same time. I think that was a huge missed opportunity for Tho. Why did he pull that Dark Ranger? Sure, she was used as a pathing method, but still, she could just turn around, go for one Black Arrow, and she probably could have killed him. It's sad she didn't. Rune Braces is going to be the item picked up from this red creep camp. Not going to fully clear it, as there would be no point in doing that. We have currently 3 statues out for Tho, and he is going to turn them into destroyers. Frost Nova constantly being used against that Death Knight, and that's mainly because the DK can't heal himself, so as much damage happened to the DK, the quicker he is out of the fight. Auto Whips coming down for WFZ's destroyers, however not many Crypt Fiends out for Tho, so needs to be really careful right there. Invulnerability Potion is going to be used on WFZ's Lich, however Tho's Lich is being focused down as quickly as possible for WFZ as well. It looks like the DK will be able to run away, and he is going to come back. Oh wow, Lich being taken out at level 3, with the Lich of Thos actually TPing back to his main army and finishing the job. The Lich is going to be Tavern Revived, however, and he is going to be fully healed with that level 2 Death Coil. What the Death Knight should not risk is getting Frost Nova'd. We'll be able to go for that long distance heal on that Borrowed Crypt Fiend, and will try and join back in the fight. However, needs to be careful not to lose him straight away. Nope. Gonna lose another Crypt Fiend and more skeletons being summoned, but that is just mana food for those destroyers. Auto Web's gonna be casted on those destroyer, needs to pretty much save him. However, I think Death Knight does have enough mana if he needs to. Looks like WFZ's Lich is going to be the main target of choice here. Frost Armor is going to be utilized, and Death Coil is going to heal him back up. Again, just switch targeting on that Death Knight, but I don't think he can really kill him. And Vulnerability Potion will be picked up and used, and Tho is going to lose his statues as well as destroyers from WFZ's own destroyers. So TP Scroll coming from WFZ's Death Knight, able to take down another destroyer. However, WFZ looking to lose a destroyer, but that's not going to happen because Tho is not going to care, sadly enough. Watcher Magi has been taken, and the item is going to be the Parrot of Vitality, 150 health. Whether or not that item should be kept or not, I think it would be kept, but not on the Death Knight. It is going to be given to the Lich, as he was constantly focused in that fight. The more health he has, the more spells he can eat, and that is just good in general. Level 3 on the DK and the Dark Ranger. Meanwhile, almost level 5 on that Lich. Devour Magic from the Destroyers coming into play. Yeah, do not use skeletons at this late of the stage. Oh, this late stage of the game. However, I don't think that can be controlled too greatly because Dark Ranger would still like to use that bonus damage from her black arrows, but you can't toggle whether or not to summon skeletons or not. Here comes the Destroyers once again, focusing the Obsidian statues from Tho. Oh, and now it looks like Tho's DK is going to be the one being focused right now. Ogre Lord is still alive in the bottom left, and there we go with a pretty nice shockwave on top of Tho's entire army. Bloodlust is going to be devoured by those destroyers, and the item is going to be Warsong Battle Drums. That is going to be huge in buffing up the entirety of WFZ's army. That is plus 10 damage to any kind of unit. It doesn't have to be ranged, it doesn't have to be melee, it can be any unit. It's basically a Kodo beast. Without the awesome devourability, by the way. WFZ is at level 5 on his Death Knight and the Lich, which is rather surprising. But still, will that be enough? Death Coil not quick enough to heal a Crypt Fiend, and will be forced to use a TP Scroll to get out of there. You could say that Tho is currently ahead pretty far, and apparently Banshees are on their way as well. This is rather odd. We usually see Banshees when we are versing Night Elves because a lot of AoE damage from both the Panda as well as the Warden, but in this case he is going to go and try and mitigate as much of the Frost Nova damage as possible. 2 ghouls being taken down very quickly, and the second one will follow. Tho is at level 4 with his Lich. Probably not good because WFZ's Lich is at level 5 and he was the second hero. So yeah, not good news if you are being over leveled by your opponent's ladder hero. However, Rune Braces is on that Lich, so he's not going to take as much damage from Frost Nova as he normally would have taken. Well, that's pretty much it. There we go, Banshees are being trained. I would imagine them only being trained to adept training though, because that is all you need to use anti-magic shells. And if you don't know what anti-magic shells are, it's basically a spell that protects a friendly target from damaging abilities. Oh wow, going straight into Master's Training instead, so I guess that's the reason behind the delay on the Banshees. Level 5 on Tho's Lich. The Dark Ranger is at level 3, as well as the Death Knight. One more kill, just any kill, will give them both to level 4. +6 intelligence from the Rogue Magi, Pin of Energy, as well as the Dark Ranger having absolutely nothing. The Lich, on the other hand, has Prepped Vitality, Rune Braces, Boots, +6 Claws, TB Staff, and the Orb of Corruption. We're gonna have 4 just level 2 skeletons moving in on the base. They will spot the Banshees, they will spot the Temple of the Damned. 56 versus 50, and Tho might be in a bit of trouble here. Frostnova is going straight after those Banshees. Very nice timing from Tho as well. Before WFZ could get set up, before he could go for that Frost anti-magic shell set up on his main army. Now WFZ is going to eat a lot of Frost Novas from Tho's. Oh, needs to be careful right there. He does have the invulnerability potion, so keep that in mind. When he is exceptionally low, he can use it anytime he wants. And apparently Curse is going to be used on Tho's army. Curse gives the chance of missing when you attack, and I think it's a fairly high percentage chance. So not something you should underestimate. Banshee is anti-magic shelled. Yeah. And WFZ still utilizing those shades. Though is going to establish himself and expand on the bottom left. Shades are on their way, and though Haunted Gold Mine has finished mining as well as WFZ. However, the difference between Tho and WFZ is that Tho now has a second base. WFZ doesn't, and he can't afford to. So that's very important to keep in mind. However, the only way for WFZ to win is to completely destroy Tho's main army, and then it's just free reign for him later on. Because yes, even though Tho has a second base that is mining, he can't really do much if his main army is just killed and can't defend. Anyway, the Dark Ranger and Death Knight is at level 4. The Banshees are going to be rushed down, as Curse is a really annoying ability. But the Death Knight for Tho, was that Death Pact? Yes, that was Death Pact at level 4. However, I think Tho is losing a lot of units very quickly. WFZ is looking very strong right now, despite only having 1 gold in his, I would just say, bank. Rather impressive. And looks like Tho's expand is going to be spotted, and this might be a little troublesome because this is going to be rather difficult to defend against, because 3 destroyers are very hard to deal with, especially since you can't cast magic on them. I don't think you can anyway. Frostnova taking down probably the last Crypt Fiend for Tho, and WFZ looking to... he's trying to all-in this, which is rather surprising. Oh, Tho needs to be careful. Death Pact was used to try and keep that Death Knight alive, but that is not going to be enough. Level 6 on the Death Knight. He does have level 3 Unholy Aura. Tho is going to give the GG, and the score is now 1-all. So that was fairly lengthy. I am kind of getting sleepy, so that is going to be game 1 and 2. There will definitely be game 4, so we have at least 2 more games left. Will Tho win the next 2 in a row, or will WFZ pull it back with 2 in a row? Or will it go for a 5-game series? Who knows? See you guys next time. Take care.